What's going on, Jeromes? The NFL indeed stands for not for long, and Minnesota Vikings have now had their third draft with Kwesi Adofo-Mensah and Kevin O'Connell at the helm at GM and head coach respectively, and they have essentially completely turned the page from the Rick Spielman and Mike Zimmer regime. Now, don't get me wrong, there were some hits, there were some high notes with the Spielman regime, but it is what it is. And the Vikings, the last couple of seasons, winning the division 2022, probably would have won the division if Kurt didn't get hurt in 2023, is what it is. But the whole competitive rebuild, it's complete. And the page has been turned, a new chapter in Vikings history, and this is now officially Spielman, not Spielman, nailed it, Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell's team. And also, so we need to talk about my daughter's been interested in watching the Mighty Ducks movies now because it's oh, that's cool, it's Minnesota. But we need to talk about how a guy can make a living coaching Pee Wee hockey, and B, how come there was Star Tribune beat writers following these teams, and also how did America's number one hockey publication the Ducks versus the Hawks, how does this get front page coverage? I don't know, man. I don't know. I have so many questions. Well, not only about the route of how they gathered everyone, where they had to skate basically 200 miles around the metro, but other than that. But long story longer. So getting into it, where basically it's crazy how fast things change. So we're looking at the 2021 base offense, base defense versus 2024. All right, so 2021, of course, Kurt, and then Darnold and McCarthy now in 2024. You got your quarterback of the future in place. You have a high-end bridge quarterback as well, and that's the thing about Kwesi and O'Connell. I feel like they were smart in that they got the last bit of talent out of the remnants of the Spielman regime. Kwesi and Brzezinski cleaned up a lot of those veteran contracts, which is giving the Vikings maximum cap flexibility going into 2025 and beyond. So I think it was smart. I think that they did the best of both worlds. And yeah, given a private moment, would Kwesi have preferred just to completely tank this team, tear it all down, and rebuild it from the studs up? Probably. But also the economics of the game, and with the Wilfs as owners, and also just competitive pride in that building, it wasn't going to happen. All right, so the Vikings did the next best thing here in their competitive rebuild. And Dalvin versus Aaron Jones, which it always so weird because Jones is older than Dalvin, except Jones clearly has way more left in the tank than Dalvin does. JJ to JJ. So props to Spielman for picking Jefferson in the first round 2020. Also Darrisaw first round 2021. It's fantastic. Wide receiver 2, Thielen versus Jordan Addison now. KJ Osborne versus Brandon Powell. The tight end room. So Ertzman Jr. and Gronklin. Kind of like it. Now with the Bengals and Jets respectively. Actually, I think Irv's still with the Bengals. It doesn't matter. Then Hockenson and Josh Oliver completely taken over. Hockenson is top 3 tight end in the league when he's healthy, and he's not 3. Josh Oliver, the best blocking tight end in the game. Offensive line-wise, so this is where there's still continuity. And Spielman did draft Darrisaw in the first round, Bradbury in the first round, and Brian O'Neill in the second round. So all of the tropes Spielman ignores the offensive line. No. Also, Ezra Cleveland was a second-round pick. But yeah, so Ezra Cleveland, Oli Udoh were the 2 starting guards, and now it's presumably Blake Brandel left guard, Ed Ingram in year 3 at right guard. Hopefully he can make a leap. And the Vikings didn't really do much in adding to the offensive line, but hopefully that's going to be good to go there. Maybe Kwesi ignores the offensive line. Defensively, so there's only one holdover, which is kind of insane. But 2021, so there's so many awesome names on this list. So Daniil, the real deal hunter, of course. Michael Pierce, Diesel, Dalvin Thompson. Also, Sheldon Richardson was back for a hot second. He actually played the most snaps of any defensive interior for the Vikings in 2021. Everson was back for a hot second as well. DJ Wanham was in the mix and recently just signed a deal with Carolina. They got Barr and Kendricks. I mean, those are glory days. Absolutely. And so after the 2021 season, the 2022 offseason, the Vikings parted way with Barr. And then the season after, they parted ways with Kendricks. But yeah, it's kind of weird how fast things come at you. Peterson, Dancer, Bashar Breeland. Now, Breeland wasn't in the slot. He was playing outside, but just in terms of snap count. I mean, that's a complete changeover, man. And Dancer was supposed to be the chosen one. Hold me closer, Tiny Dancer, third-round pick in 2020 out of Mississippi State. Patrick Peterson just getting that last gasp, last bit out of him. And the Vikings did that in 2022 before they let him go to the Steelers. Breeland, and then Harrison, Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods led the team in snaps. And also Cam Beasley was just starting to get a toehold there with the Vikings, the converted corner from Cal. Now, so 2024, so basically you got Grenard and Hunter, swappy swap. And then you got Phillips and Bullard on the defensive interior. Vikings, of course, shifting to the 3-4 as their base. Van Ginkel, Dallas Turner versus Everson and DJ Wanham. And then Ivan Pace Jr., Blake Cashman, like they haven't played it down together, except I think that they're going to be a really fun tandem, man. Where, Cashman, great leader, rough and tumble, doing the dirty work. Ivan Pace Jr. Is completely getting after, playing like a man whose hair is on fire, and also I think they're just scratching the surface of him as a pass rusher as well. Plus, he wore the green dot for most of last season. I mean, they're gonna be a gruesome twosome. They're gonna be a fantastic tandem, man. Cornerbacks wise, Blackman, Shaq Griffin, Byron Murphy work in the slot. You could also put Kyrie Jackson in that mix as well. And then safeties, and the Vikings have the best safety room in the league with Harrison twice taking a pay cut but still getting after, Cam Beasley and Josh Metellus both playing at a Pro Bowl level. So, I mean, as weird as it sounds, 3 years is not a long time in the grand scheme of things, but it is forever in the NFL. So the fact that the Vikings really only have one player remaining from the defense from just 3 years ago, it's kind of crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. But like I said, the door is essentially closed on the Zimmer and Spielman era, and now it really is Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi's team. So if they win, it's because they have their guys. If they lose, it's because they have their guys. But overall, I'm super bullish about the future, man. How can you not be? The Vikings have one of the youngest teams in the league, and they have stars all over the place, especially at key positions. But again, I have so many questions about this movie. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. It's officially Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell's team. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.